hello, everyone. Celia, it's good to
Hi.
be here.
Hi. Hello. Hi. How are you?
Good, thank you. Hey, guys, thank you so much for joining us today for Lunchtime with Dr. Nadine and our special guest, Celia Mitchell. Celia is the founder of the Mitchel Success Academy, and she focuses on providing students and women with the tools and strategies that they need and to support them in pursuing their academic goals, their life goals. And so this is her passion. She has developed the radical goal chasing formula, and during her 20 plus year of overcoming challenges to go from where she was to where she desired to be through goal chasing, Celia loves sharing her experiences with anyone, she says, who will listen to her long enough. So, Celia, we're happy to have you here with us today.
Thank you so much for having me on. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Lunchtime with Dr. Nadine Collins. I'm happy to be here with you.
Awesome. So to prevent feedback, because I realize we're getting feedback, every time I'm speaking, I will have to mute the mic when you speak and do the muting so that way we'll be clear. So Celia, tell our viewers as you're joining us in the comments, let us know what part of the world you're joining us from today. We're happy to have lunch with you. I'm here in Atlanta, Celia is in St. Lucia, but we're having lunch together with you no matter where you are in the world. So let us know in the chat where you're joining us from. And Celia, can you tell our viewers, our listeners, a little more about yourself?
Okay. I am an educator, a coach, a speaker, and now a published author. I am passionate about success for students and women. I'm passionate about helping them to set, chase, and achieve the academic and the life goals that they have set for their lives. I am absolutely thrilled when I see women and students making changes in their lives, changes that I know will impact not only them, but their families, their communities. So that's who I am.
So tell us a little bit about why women and why I think you said children. Let us know. And in the meantime, we have Bernadette Ward joining us from Barbados. We have Chanda joining us from St. Lucia. Chanda was with us yesterday for lunch with Jamila. We're happy to have you ladies here. As you're joining us, let us know where you're joining us from. Also, you can actually share this stream so that others can come in and really learn from Celia's journey. So, Celia, why women and why children?
Well, students and women, because that has been my own experience. And one of my favorite sayings is that you can only give what you have. And my experience is that using education was one way, well, chasing after my academic goals was one way that I helped my family to break the cycle of poverty that we had been facing for generations. And I am a woman, and having seen the struggles that my mom went through because of the challenges that she faced after the passing of my dad. I want to be able to empower women, especially mothers, to be able to recognize that God, Abba, has given them all that they need for them to be able to break the cycles that do not serve them. And so the goal chasing formula, the goal setting, chasing after their goals, achieving their goals, developing that mindset of a goal chaser will be helpful to them in breaking the cycles and, helping generations to come. So that's why. Yes.
Awesome. I had the honor of working with you, Celia, last year, one on one. I believe it was last year, right? In the speaker mentorship program. And then you came on into the elite book coaching experience. Now, I want to tell you something about this woman, Celia. Celia is a typified goal chaser. This is who she is at her core, and she doesn't allow anything to stop her from accomplishing her goals. And that's why today she's an author. Now, Celia, we started that process in the speaker program where I believe we would have shared with our viewers either earlier this year, I believe, when we had you on lunchtime speaking about your experience in the speaker program, how we just came to in the very first session, it just came out of my mouth, you are a goal chaser. And you're like, yes, That's who I am. And so the thing is, your message is very clear. You are all a goal chaser. Your life demonstrates that because everything you've done just shows that you chase goals, you achieve them, and now you're helping women and you're helping students do the same thing. So we spoke about you before as a speaker. I know the speaker program is what influenced the book program because that's where we had your story. Now we're able to go deep. Talk to us a little bit about the experience from the speaker program to the elite book coaching experience.
Mhm. So yes, last year I set a goal to find out exactly what it is that I was meant to do for my life. I had spoken with my husband and with my close friends, my colleagues, about the importance for me to find out exactly what it is that I was meant to do on this earth, what I was born for, what I was born to do. I felt that I did not want to waste any more time doing things that were not what I was brought here for. And I wanted to focus especially on that thing that Abba had created me for. And because of that, I set that goal to find out what my purpose was in this life. And because we had encounters before, I had listened to you on Facebook. And so I reached out to you and said, I am ready. I need a mentor. I need a coach to help me figure out exactly what it is I meant to do. I had an idea that I was supposed to be helping persons achieve their goals, but I thought maybe I would have been a life coach. I didn't know exactly which area because life coach is so broad and so it's so general. I wanted it to be specific so that persons would I would be well assured that this is exactly what I was supposed to be helping people to do. And as we went through my story, as we went through my childhood and through all of the experiences that I had gone through, um, we realized, and you hit the nail right on the head when you said, yes, you are a goal chaser. And suddenly it made sense because everything was connected. The stories showed, well, my history, my stories showed that indeed I had used goal chasing as a tool to take me from undesirable situations to a better place. And so when the revelation came that I was a goal chaser, it was as if light flooded my soul, and I accepted fully that that was who I was. And even when I spoke with my family members and I expressed to them what I had experienced with you, they all agreed that indeed that was who I was. So I just had not put a name to it. So I thank God for you for being able to put a name to exactly what it is that I had been doing all my life. And for now, I have clarity. I have absolute clarity that this is what I'm meant to do, that I'm meant to help students and women realize that chasing goals changes their lives. Yes.
Amazing. Celia, I told you, I always tell you, it was such an honor working with you and even to, go through that book project with you again, chasing these goals and making sure that it came to life. And so it has been such a beautiful thing to see you grow because I don't know if you know and if you feel that that you have grown leaps and bounds just this year alone, as you worked on that book, a lot of the challenges that you had, even the mindset shifts that you have made. I can see it now because you know how I know that because I don't get certain questions from you anymore. So I know that significant growth has happened. And so, Celia, talk to us a little bit about the book. We devised, we came up with your formula that you use to help people, which is the radical goal chasing formula. But now, not only are you a speaker about goal chasing that will help people to change their lives, but now you have a book that would give people so much more depth and content and context to be able to make the shifts. Talk to me a little bit about what it was like writing that book.
Okay, so writing the book was a cathartic experience for me. It was a healing journey, the one that I felt I needed to take. I say in discussion with my husband, I say to him at this point in my life, I feel liberated. I feel like I am my authentic self because I shared my story with everyone really. And And it was an experience that I would gladly do again, because of the impact that it has had in my life. I wake up and I feel absolutely no confusion, no darkness, no needing to hide or to pretend or to behave like I am not. This is me. And through the book, persons will recognize that authenticity is important in living out your life, in living out your purpose, in doing the thing that God has sent you to do. You do it as yourself. And so the book relates my own experiences growing up, what I went through that helped me to recognize or helped me to discover the goal chaser that God had already placed inside of me, because he says that long before we were born, he knew us and he formed us for a particular purpose. And so he has given us what we need for us to be able to carry out that purpose for which we were created. And going through the book, the book details these experiences that I went through that helped me to discover the strengths that Abba had placed in me, and also the weaknesses that I needed to work on so that I could live out my authentic life in glory to him and in service to others. And so I am grateful for that experience. It was a very healing experience because I cried so many times while I was writing the book. So when persons reach out to me and they say to me this, they got so emotional on certain parts, I think that it is because that was the experience that I poured into that aspect of creating the book. The times when I would just cry and cry, the ugly cry, the really ugly cry that would demand my husband to come and pat my back because, I was reliving one of the experiences that I had had. And so it was I think an absolutely necessary experience for me for my journey, and I'm happy that I did it. I would gladly do it again. So now students and women, everyone, but more specifically students and women, will have the experience of an individual. They will have a tool that they can use to help them chase and achieve their own goals. And they will recognize that the journey is not always smooth, it's not always straight, but it's just as important as the achievement of the goals. And so a lot of folks have reached out to me about the fact that they can relate to a lot of the stories. And so I am grateful that Abba gave me the strength that I needed to be authentic and to put it out as is. This is what it is. So I'm looking forward to more lives being impacted by the book.
Yes, I love it. I love it, Celia. I'm so excited. Just listening to you, it kind of really warmed my heart because I realize and I can see it, and I know that you will agree with me that the shifts that took place, you are the clear example of me, Nadine, Anna Joseph Collins, fulfilling her mission. Because my mission, as you mentioned some keywords. You said liberated, you talk about authenticity. And my goal is to liberate Christian women to break free from indoctrinations, limiting beliefs, the mentally constructed glass ceiling that hinders their advancement so that they can uncover their divine purpose, find their voice, use it, distinguish themselves as go-to experts who speak and write on specific topics. And that is exactly what you did. You fulfilled everything that I desired to do when I work with Christian women. And I'm so excited to hear you use the word liberated and to hear you use the word authenticity, because that's how I feel about myself every day. I feel so free because I know I'm doing what I'm meant to do. I don't have to be in competition if anybody. I don't have to worry about anything because I'm where I'm supposed to be. I feel the same way about authenticity because what I'm doing, I'm being true to my calling, and that there's no greater feeling than being liberated to be your authentic self. And so when I hear my clients speak, when I hear you speak, and I see the growth in you and in others of the clients, it is amazing for me to see how when we're true to what we're called to do, the impact that we have on the lives of other people. How does it feel for you to know that you are now a tool, you are an instrument, you are a conduit that will liberate other people in a different way, but the result will be the same. The way that you're going to impact them is to help them know that they can set goals, work on them, and accomplish it. How does it make you feel to know that you're doing that?
It feels extremely fulfilling and satisfying. Let me just let the viewers know that there are things are not perfect on the outside. I still have physical challenges, and I still have, family issues that I have to deal with, and other things that are going on the outside of me. But let me tell you, the freedom and the peace that I have within me, nothing else can compare to that. And just recently, I was having a conversation with another couple, friends of ours. It was Sabbath afternoon, we were just speaking. And I said, if I had to pay $1 million for that experience, I would do it, because I now have the peace that I was looking for, because I know that I am working towards hearing that well done from the maker who sent me to do the thing that I was supposed to do. And I know that I am living out that purpose. I am doing it. And I don't think it is a treasure that money itself cannot really buy. So I am totally fulfilled right now. I feel satisfied with who I am, with what I'm supposed to do. Not that I am perfect. I know that there are imperfections, but the thing about it is I know that I am a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time, and I'm okay with that. I'm finally okay with that, and it is liberating, it's fulfilling, it's satisfying. There's a great measure of peace and just satisfaction. Yes.
Celia, I am so happy to hear that you're experiencing that peace, because I know when we met, you were at that place where you were just possibly in that agitated position. And I only have you muted because of the feedback, but I would have loved to just hear your emotions just coming in there. But I know you had that unsettled feeling, and you were in that place that was not feeling good at all. And just to sit here today, just to hear you talk about that peace that you now have, the acceptance of, I don't have to be perfect. Things don't have to be perfect for me to be able to do what I need to do. And that's a really important thing that you brought up, because the thing is, while none of us are perfect, we're perfect for what we're called to do, because we were chosen to do it. And so I was speaking I think it was last week or the week before, I was speaking online for a program, and I said to the ladies, you are the CEO of your purpose. You are the CEO of your life. And I think that the peace that you're now experiencing is because you recognize that I am the CEO. I'm not called to operate in my purpose in perfection. I am already perfect for my calling to operate in my purpose. And that's the peace that you're experiencing. And I am so excited, because that's what I experience every day. And my dream, my desire, and my prayers is always for every single one of my clients to reach that point of recognizing you're not called to perfection. You are already perfect for the work that God has called you to do. And Celia, seeing that coming out of you, nobody will understand how much joy it gives me, because I was behind the scenes with you, and I saw you in the struggle and the questions and the concern, and now I know that you're at peace. And one more thing I want to say before we continue is, as you spoke about, you'd pay $1 million for the experience. One client 2 weeks ago in my speaker in the speaker mentorship group program that we now have on, she said, as she's going through the program and going through Runway to Sunday, she said, we're paying a dime for a diamond. So I'm really thankful that even though you're paying a dime for a diamond, you're like getting such great revelations and transformations in your life. So Celia, your book is out. I'm going to share the link for the Amazon link. There are many ladies out there who probably need to be writing books, who probably need to take steps of faith. And I know that it took you, I don't know if it was 2 years, but when you finally reached out to me last year, you were ready and you would not allow anything to stop you. How can we assist women who are currently maybe going through what you went through and probably just need to be in a program that can really help them to become their authentic self? Because I think there's nothing as valuable as being true to who you are. You accept it or you leave it. You accept me or you leave me. It's fine. How does it feel for you? And what would you say to these women? Because I know that some of them may be struggling too.
Well, I would say to them what the theme of my book is: chase your goals and change your life. Especially if you are in a place where you feel that you're unfulfilled, and it's not that there are things around you that are not right, but within you, you feel that you could be doing more. You feel that there is something that you were sent to do that you're not doing, and you know it. You would know that feeling, that unsettled feeling in your soul, that you need to find out exactly what it is that God has sent you for. I would say to you to pray to Him and tell Him that this is the desire that you have. Create that goal and chase after it with everything that you have. Look around you and see what it is that is necessary, what you can do in order for you to fulfill or for you to be able to achieve that goal. Because I think the achievement of that goal in itself propels you, or places you, puts you in a position where you can now impact the lives of other people and let them know that it is possible. It is possible. The Bible says, taste and see that the Lord is good. And I think in all of these experiences, He shows us that indeed He's Abba and He's good. And He has all of these great things there for us, but we must be able to take the step of faith. We must go out and hold His hand and say, okay, you've called me to it. You will take me through it. And He will. He will. Yes.
That is exactly what we saw in your experience, because you trusted the process, you went step by step, you had many questions, but the good thing is you never gave up. You never gave up. I kept pushing you, and anytime I speak, I always tell people I push. So I know that my clients can take the push, because I know God only brings you ladies who I can push to make sure that you do it, because I knew that you could do it. And what I think is really amazing is just to see these questions no longer exist. For me, that's big, because if we have doubt in our minds about our call, if we have doubt in our minds about what we're meant to do, doing it the way we're supposed to do it, then we'll always have a challenge, because we're showing up with doubt. And there's no way for us to fully impact others if we are doubting ourselves. We become our greatest hindrance. And I'm excited to see you step outside of that place. And so now you're doing big things. Talk to us about what's happening to you right now there in St. Lucia, with regard to your books, what's going on, what's happening, touring, and so on. And then we're going to share the link to where you could actually get the book.
Yes, yes. So the book was launched on August 1st of this year in my village, my home village, where the book is actually the setting for the book. Um, is the Canris village. And I am so super grateful for the support that I've received from my village members. It's almost every time that I go to the village, one person reminds me, oh, I need a copy of the book. Can you please give me a copy of the book? So I am elated for the support that I've received from persons from my community, from my co-workers as well. My co-workers at Sufre Comprehensive, they've been supportive as well of me on my journey, and I'm just so super grateful for them. So right now, the book is actually on tour. We just had another launch for the tour at 758 Books in Laclerin, St. Lucia. And then I'm hoping to go from, I will go from community to community or district to district, letting women and students know that chasing goals really does change their lives. And so that is the journey that I'm going to take for the next few months, impacting the lives of students and women everywhere, showing up to speak at events where I can remind the students and the women that chasing goals changes their lives, not just for themselves, but for their families and for their communities. So it's an exciting time for Mitchel Success Academy. There are a few changes that have to happen and so forth. And so, I'm ready. I'm really ready to take on this new leg of the journey and to see where it leads. As Abba leads me, I will follow. So I'm super grateful for you, Dr. Collins, for assisting me to find out exactly what my purpose is, for my mom, for being my greatest cheerleader, for my husband, for supporting me, even though sometimes he does not fully agree with the methods that I use, but he's also super supportive, and I'm grateful for him, for my close family and friends, for my coworkers. I'm grateful. So the journey continues, and I'm showing up for it. I'm showing up for it.
Oh my goodness. Celia, oh, you're exciting me, man. You're exciting me. Celia, please, can you just put that book up on the camera? I want the viewers to see it. I am dropping in the chat. So here it goes. And it's actually beautiful setting right there. Chase your goals, change your life. Simple title, massive impact, because this book is amazing. I'm going to be sharing in the chat. You can check in the chat. I'm dropping the Amazon link where you can get her book, and I will also show it on the screen, but of course it's easier to get it in the chat. So check the chat, guys. This is where you can order her book. You can take a snapshot, go get that book, because I know that many of us, some of us have dreams. We've given up on these dreams. We didn't think it was possible for us. Celia is an author. Celia, talk to us. Were you planning to be an author? Like, did you think about that 5, 10 years ago when we started working together? I did drop the seed as we were working on your story about, maybe you could write a book. But did you have this as a goal? I would love you to tell us.
Well, when sometimes when you're a child, you dream that you would be able to do these things. So I would be putting together little booklets and stuff like that with my stories. But I had never imagined that I would have become an author so quickly. Going through the 6 months program after I finished the speaker mentorship with you, it was an experience that I had not dreamt of, but I knew that it had to be part of the experience. I knew that someday I wanted to become an author, but I didn't think that it would have happened so quickly and in such a steady amount of time, really, because you mentored us, the women in this program, and like you said, you challenged us to dig deep and to find the story. You tell us that the story is already there. We already have all the content. All we need to do is to now just allow it to be released. And so being able to do that for me is a great achievement. One that I think I've not even celebrated enough. But yay, I'm an author. I am. I am. Yes.
Girl, I'm so sad with this feedback because I'm just here making all kinds of sounds, just in such great excitement just to see it. And you know what, Celia? Both you and Jamila made me realize something, and I'm sure other clients too in the program. But just hearing you say something, and I heard it from her, I'm thinking I'm helping women experience dreams that they never had, because Jamila said she never had the dream to become an author. You have it, probably thought something, this is probably something I'll do in retirement, because that's what you, but there you are at your age, just doing amazing things. Celia, I'm so excited. Guys, if you, the link is here on the screen. I dropped it in the chat. Make sure you order it on Amazon. This is the author, newest author there in Canaries, making a great impact all around the world. This is my desire. I'm speaking it, that you not only impact St. Lucia. So I know right now you have a tour going on. It's my desire to see you get into schools, the government is buying these books in the schools so that kids can now begin to, set goals, chase it, that you can do workshops. I'm speaking it for you, workshops in different schools, in different areas, in women's groups and so on, because I believe that your example, your story is massive. Your background to just the woman that you are today, it's because of chasing goals, setting them, chasing them. And so if you can do it, anybody can do it. And that's what you're telling them in the book. And so, Celia, is there anything? Look, we have people congratulating you. Congrats for offering this great resource. Ava is in my speaker program right now. She says she speaks so boldly and confidently. Ruth is saying, congrats to you living in your authentic life. And so we're just happy. If you have any commendations, you want to be able to drop it in the chat here just to encourage this new author. Bernadette says, expressing your feelings and thoughts to me when you write it out, it better explains than if you're talking about these feelings and thoughts. And that's so key, because I realize sometimes when clients say things, so it works different ways. And I'm excited. Celia, do you have anything that you would like to say? Because I'm getting ready to I want to start a new cohort in the book program, helping more women become authors, more women who probably never dreamed that it could happen for them, that they can actually do. What would you say to these ladies who are there? They're not even on the fence yet. They're in the yard and they're thinking this thing is too something I would never achieve. What would you like to say to them?
Yes, I'd like to remind them that chasing goals is not just about changing your external realities, but about shifting your mindset and recognizing that you are, or shifting mindsets that threaten for you to live beneath your potential. And if you were to join the writing program, I can guarantee you that it will be a healing experience that will take you to a better place. And so, as you relive your stories, as you relive your experiences, you will find healing. You will find so much healing in that process that money itself cannot buy, honestly. And so I would encourage you to, if you have a story that you need to share, get into the writing program and share your story. Share your story. You will have no regrets that you did. And even the mere fact of just writing out that story gives you such a feeling of freedom. I am at the point that even if no one should read my story, I'm happy that I boofed it. I'm happy that it's in the form of a book. So yes, I would love for everyone to purchase the book and to read the book and for lives to be changed and so forth. But just for the experience itself, I would gladly do it again. So I encourage all of you to, take that journey, chase your goals and change your life. Yep.
Awesome. So yeah, I am excited and I know that this book, I know it brought you freedom. I know it brought you closer to the woman that you were meant to be. I believe it pushed you right into her. But I also know that thousands and thousands and thousands of people need your book. And I know that as you go around and as you market not only in St. Lucia, but as you go around St. Lucia, that people will be able to get their books because there's so much potential. There will never be a point in the world's history where people don't have to set goals and reach them. And so your book has potential not only for now, but for the future, for legacy, for your daughters, for just taking you in places probably you never thought you would go. And so thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today to inspire our audience. You're getting congratulatory messages. Remember, you can order the book. This is the Amazon link. Also, check in the chat. I dropped it there. You want to be able to get your hands on the copy because if you want to change your life, you need to begin to set goals and change them. So, thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow where we feature another first time author right here on Lunchtime with Dr. Nadine. And if you need to write your book, you probably need to send me a message as well because we probably need to have a chat. God bless you guys. See you tomorrow.